From slave to vizier, the captive who shook the Sultan's throne. Discover the true story of Mátyás, the Hungarian noble who entered the palace as a slave and emerged as a vizier whose word could not be denied. He never imagined that being captured in war would lead him to the heart of the Ottoman Empire, becoming one of the Sultan's closest men. In the heart of the Ottoman Empire, where conspiracies brewed behind ornate walls and sultans' decisions shaped the fate of kingdoms, a man's name rose to power, a man not born Ottoman. Mátyás, a Hungarian noble captured in his youth, found himself enslaved in a palace he never dreamed of entering. But he was no ordinary slave. Through wit and charm, he forged his own destiny and rose to become one of the most powerful men in the empire. In the winter of 1572, Ottoman armies stormed Hungarian villages. Mátyás watched his father slain before him and his sister taken away, as he himself was shackled in chains. From the heir of a noble house to a captive among soldiers, the fall was swift. But even in despair, he clung to hope. As the cart rattled toward Istanbul, he silently swore he would reclaim his place, no matter the cost. In Istanbul, Mátyás was sold in the slave market to a palace official and assigned to serve in the harem. There, he met Leyla Hatun, an educated concubine of Persian origin, who recognized his talent in language and numbers. She encouraged him to learn Ottoman Turkish and guided him through the palace's secrets. Between cleaning rooms and delivering food, he stole glances into this female-ruled world, quietly shaping plans for his future. Amid lessons in language and etiquette, a secret bond formed between Mátyás and Duran, a beautiful concubine trained in speech and music. She taught him poetry, he taught her caution. She was the first woman to make him feel more than just a slave. Thanks to her, he learned the speech of nobles, how to read a concubine's eyes, and understand the spoken and the unsaid. She was his first love, and his most dangerous secret. One night, Aisha Khanum, a concubine close to a powerful minister, whispered to Mátyás that her master was plotting against the Sultan. Mátyás had two choices, flee or stay silent. Instead, he chose a third. He penned a coded message to one of the Sultan's trusted aides, revealing the conspiracy. Within a week, the minister was executed, and Mátyás was summoned to the divan to be rewarded. Thus began his journey into the world of politics. In a court swarming with whispers and watching eyes, Mátyás stood out for his skill in interpreting European correspondence. He translated, analyzed, and presented detailed reports on Austrian movements. The Sultan admired his wisdom, despite his youth, and began entrusting him with sensitive communications. But such a rise was not without cost. Rivals began to murmur, "Who is this captive who knows everything?" On one occasion, he was summoned to escort gifts to the Valid Sultan. It was their first meeting. She was impressed by his eloquence and asked if he would serve the empire faithfully. His wise response made her smile. She ordered that he be given a private room in the palace, away from the slave quarters, and he came under her informal protection. From that moment, he was treated not as a slave, but as a man of state. His enemies laid a heavy charge against him, espionage for Hungary. The accusation reached the Sultan, and Mátyás was summoned for interrogation. But he came prepared, armed with reports and documents proving his loyalty, including secret strategies that had helped fortify the empire's borders. The strongest evidence of all, a letter from the Valid Sultan recommending him. The Sultan paused in silence, then promoted Mátyás to senior political advisor. After years of cunning and strategy, Matyas became one of the empire's top statesmen. He never forgot the harem, nor the women who believed in him. He founded a school for enslaved boys and appointed Layla Hatchin as head of the palace library. As for Ma Duran, she secretly bore his name, and his final visit to her before his death was the quietest moment of his life. Vizier Matyas died an Ottoman, but never forgot he was once a captive.